everybody. You know what I don't like? I don't like that there's a delay between the beat I'm hearing and the beat you're hearing, because then it makes me look like I'm off beat. But I'm not. But that is something I've noticed. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Hi. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, it's Monday. It's Monday, the Monday of Thanksgiving week. So things are crazy. Things are crazy at work. Things are crazy prepping for the holiday. My sister and I do most of the cooking these days, so I am already feeling a little bit stressed. A little bit stressed. Hi, Lana. Oh. Okay, so because all of the stuff that I am doing the rest of this week, nothing is crazy. I am not crying. What is happening? Yeah, they haven't changed the display names. I went looking to see like what the deal is. It doesn't look like I can do it on my end. And people are pissed about it on Reddit that they did this and didn't tell anybody. So I'm not really sure what to do. Okay, here is the tea. So are you going to cover Kaceytron's statement? It's literally in the title. So yes, I am. We will be watching that. Yeah, I thought I could change it too, and it looks like you used to be able to. It used to be like an option that you had, because like in some older Reddit posts, it was like, go to this section and unclick this or whatever, and that function doesn't seem to exist anymore. So yeah, that's why it looks weird, guys. Tips. Oh God. All right. So because of this week being crazy, I need to just be real with myself and know that I am not going to be able to do an episode tomorrow. I was supposed to do a members episode for the third installment of Tea Tuesdays, talking about, my crazy personal life from a long time ago. But yeah, I have to work a full day tomorrow and then go down to my sister's and start cooking for the next 48 hours. So I just know that that's not going to happen. And I thank you for your patience. We will catch up on that one this coming weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. We will do that one. Potentially going to stream Wednesday, though. I'm bringing some of my stuff with me to do like a mobile stream, maybe in the kitchen. We're going to see what the vibe is. It might be a late night one when I'm just up doing my stuff, but we'll see. I can't promise anything. May I please have permission to share my young cat's GoFundMe for surprise medical issues? It includes her whole story. Sure. Share a link. Carol is no longer the main character. She can wait. Exactly. Yeah. So that is a light plan, but I will be at my sister's doing a lot of stuff, hanging out with the kids, and I don't know if it's going to work out, but that is a dream in my brain. Okay. Oh, normal users can't share links. Okay, well then I guess you can't. Sorry about that. But I hope your kitty cat gets better. I know how rough that is. So, okay, so there's that. Nothing on Thursday, and then we will have the after party for Friday's show. And also we can talk about anything amazing that happens during You Laugh, You Lose sometime between Friday and Sunday. So things are a little bit mutable. I'll be home Friday night from my family stuff, but I don't know what time. So unclear if I will do it Friday night. I might also just need to like fully dissociate. So somewhere between Friday and Sunday, there will be a members stream, a members gossip stream, and there will be an H3 after party. And then potentially a gaming stream too. We shall see. We shall see. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's video clips. I just know they're going to be fucking crazy. Good morning, usernames are dumb. Love that name. So that's all of that housekeeping stuff out of the way. And tonight we have plenty of things to talk about. I'm going to share my curly hair routine for anyone who cares, because I always think I've finally hacked it, but I do think that I've locked it down even further. And my hair looks better than it has in a long, long time. So I'm going to share that. Oh, you still want video from me? Yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry. Things have been like, I have not felt like I've been burning the candle at both ends as much as I have like in the last couple of days. It's been very overwhelming. But yeah. And I think a portion of that is due to the fact that I am dumb and I missed a few days of my meds. And I have very bad anxiety, and I have just been, like you guys saw a couple days ago, I've just been off for a couple days. And then I was like, oh, that's why. That's why I've just been focusing on literally everything else. So everything's okay. I got a dose of everything into my body today, and everything makes sense suddenly. Exactly. So drinking plenty of water, taking my meds. Yeah. So I'll have some time off. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It was not intentional. I just am very bad at remembering things. And if I get out of the habit, and I don't fill my like little colorful meds tray, then I'm like, oh, I gotta fill that. And then I just keep forgetting and keep forgetting. So that's what happened. And it do catch up with me for sure. Remember to stress a lot, Kate. Thank you so much. Yeah, everyone take your meds right now. If you didn't take your meds today or yesterday or the day before or the day before that, you should take your meds. Listen, alarms, I don't care. I just shut them off. I just snooze them. My brain hates being told what to do. She fucking hates it. So yeah, we are back on the meds. I have not taken mine yet. Will do now. Oh, good. Yes, everyone take your meds. Shock, shock, shock. All right. So anyway, I'm going to talk about my curly hair routine because people have been asking for that. I think I've done it before, but I've added some steps. So we'll do the whole thing again. We'll go through like some of the little timestamps from the show. It was a really fun, silly, goofy one. So there wasn't like a lot of reacting to do, but I'll share some of my favorite parts. And then, yes, we are going to talk about Kaceytron's statement. I understand why it wasn't mentioned on the show today, right? Because it's about like legal stuff. So yeah, we're going to watch the whole thing and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to be nice. We're going to be calm. We are going to be charitable. Okay. We are not suing Kaceytron. She is not suing us. Let's leave that to the courts and let's just talk about the situation. That does not mean ignoring the truth of what's going on, right? But we don't have to be mean people about it. Nice. Ugh, not nice. What about just behave in a way that you would be proud of if your messages were shared publicly. You know what I mean? I try to think about that a lot. I love my anxiety meds. I keep mine next to the coffee pot, so I remember to take them after I start the morning brew. That's a very good idea. Usually I just have my stuff out and I take them in the morning, but just got off track. Like, shit has been so busy. Yeah, so there's that. So yeah, we'll talk about Kaceytron. What else did I have? Oh, then we're going to do the Thanksgiving food tier list. And I want to try to play that new H3 game, the H3 late game, and see what that's about. Should we act like a disappointed parent to her? I didn't see the statement. Well, you're going to see the statement, and you can judge for yourself how you want to feel about it. I just don't want us to be snarky in the comments and, wind ourselves up. Do you know what I mean? I'll be calm, but she is annoying me calmly, and that's fine. Please tell me funeral potatoes are on the tier list. I don't know if I saw that. Is that like a cheesy potato situation, like a casserole? Saying turkey is better as a deli meat is crazy. But anyway, we'll get there. All right. All right, let's start with the curly stuff because that's fun. So I'll take my headphones off so you can really, really see. You can see how curly it is. I just washed it a couple hours ago. But I feel blessed with my curl pattern. I wish my hair was not as fine as it is. But, you do what you can. You graduate college next week? Thank you, Riley. Congratulations. College students giving super chats is crazy. Hold on to your money, girly pop. We are about to be in a recession. All right, so this is my curls. So if you have sort of fine curls like this, maybe this will work for you. But as you know, if you're a curly girl, it's different for everybody, right? It seems like every single curl is different. So here is what I do. I never care about what kind of shampoo and conditioner I use, like general conditioner. I just go with whatever is giant and has like the pump on it and doesn't have sulfates in it, because sulfates are a detergent that dry out your hair. Maybe it's not the case for everybody, but it is the case for me, that it just strips my hair and makes it really, really dry, and then my hair breaks a lot. You also, I'm learning, don't want a shampoo that has like tons of protein in it, because you can overdo it. You can do too much protein if it's in the shampoo and the conditioner, and that'll make your hair break too. So I just stick to sulfate free, whatever's at Costco and that's sulfate free. It's the other stuff, including my the water that I use, that is, I think, much more important. So I do have hard water. Let me start with that. I live on a well. I do have hard water, and when I went to the salon the first time after moving here, my hair had so much buildup on it that it couldn't get wet. And I thought it was just like really terrible split ends. So I was like, oh my God, I need to get my hair cut. And the lady was like, we need to clarify your hair. I mean, it was disgusting. So after that, I was like horrified, but also really glad that I figured out what it was, or that we figured out what it was. And so my hair could come back. I mean, it was disgusting. It was so bad. And so I lobbied for our family, me and my wife, to buy a full house water filtration system, specifically for hard water. So water softener is what they call it. There's the word. So it's basically like this thing that you pour giant bags of rock salt into, and the salt neutralizes the minerals in the water. I don't fucking know. I also have an Aquasana. That's like the shower head filter. I haven't installed it yet, but even just with the full house water softener, it's been so much better. So that's like number one, is the water quality. So if you have hard water and you have curly hair, look into getting either an Aquasana shower head filter, or if you got the money, put it into like a full house thing, or do both. So there's that. So in general, I got the sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner. Do that every couple days, like every couple times I shower. You don't want to shampoo your hair every day. I will once a month still do a clarifying treatment. Oh, I didn't bring it out here. I use the Olaplex. Yes, the Olaplex clarifying shampoo. I do that once a month, or like when I need it. And that's for, again, like the water mineral buildup and then product buildup, because I do put product in my hair all the time. Oh, let's see. So I get my conditioner and I put it in my hair when I'm in the shower, whether I do the clarifying or if I do just like a regular shampoo day. And then I use this big, beautiful wide tooth comb, and I comb the conditioner through my hair, getting out all the snarls. Get out the snarls in the shower when it's wet, and your hair, you lose a lot less hair. Start at the bottom. My mom always taught me. And she taught me on dolls, like on wigs, but she really did not know what to do with curly hair because she did not have curly hair at all. Anyway, you start at the bottom, you comb out the bottom, and then you go up, up, up. This was like super cheap. I think it was like $4 or $5. Yeah, so then I'll add like a little more conditioner and rake that through just to make sure every strand is getting as conditioned as possible. And then I leave that on for like 5-ish minutes while I do everything else. Just leave it on to do everything. And then at the end of the shower, I rinse it out. And while I'm still in the shower, I put on Pattern Beauty. I put on Pattern's leave-in conditioner. It smells amazing. It smells like salon conditioner, and it's great. It is a wonderful product. I think, is this my second bottle of it? I think this is my second bottle of it. I just started using it. Yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross makes Pattern. It's amazing. It's all for all different kinds of curly hair. So yeah, I put a bunch of that on, rake it through again. I might comb it through if I need to. And then I squeeze out a lot of the moisture while also sort of like squeezing the conditioner into my hair with a t-shirt. Not a towel, never a towel. Never a terry cloth towel. So squeeze it out, and then I wrap my hair. Like some people say don't do that, but I will just wrap it in the t-shirt. If you have frizz, t-shirt towel for your hair and leave-in conditioner. And the next step. So I'll leave it in, and I'll wrap my hair up while I get dressed or do whatever I need to do. And then, I don't know, after like 20 minutes or so, my hair is like, at least like uniformly starting to dry a little bit in there. I'll take it down and I will put in curl gel when it's still pretty wet. Again, Pattern, and this is the curl gel. And I will say I was very skeptical because my friend who's a curly boy, he turned me on to the gel. I have not put gel in my hair since it was like LA Looks, like that, like see-through sticky stuff that made your hair super crispy. In like the late 90s, early 2000s. So I was like, ew, I'm not putting gel in my hair. When he was like, you need to start using gel. He's like, Kate, gel has changed so much. And he was so right. It will make your hair crispy, but then you have to break the casts, which is like the like the casing that forms on your curls. You break that and they just go poof. And it doesn't look wet. It doesn't feel crispy anymore. It's literally just soft. I haven't put it in today, but that is what will help your curls like maintain their structure. Yeah, so this stuff has been great. I put on more than I think I should because I've learned that I don't get quite the same cast if I don't like put a decent amount on. And then you do not touch your hair. You comb it through, Don't do a bunch on your scalp, right? Because you don't want to like deflate everything. Comb it through and then you don't touch it. That is the thing that I have the biggest problem with. If you touch your hair while it's like a lot, while it's wet, that is where the frizz really comes from. The crisp is not flaky. Yeah, I mean, I just like shake it. Some people will diffuse it at this point once they have the gel in. I actually just bought my first ever hair dryer. Usually I just let my hair dry, but because of this show and like being on camera more, I would like to be able to better time my hair being nice looking. And I think that having a dryer will help that. So you can do a hair dryer with a diffuser. I need to like look up tutorials for how to actually do it well. Yeah. And then, sometimes I'll do a scalp oil too. I like doing a scalp oil every 2 or 3 months. I'll do that just to feel luxurious. I use, Beyonce's Sacred scalp. I think it's like scalp and edge oil. I don't know how much it really does, but it feels really nice and smells great. So yeah, then I dry my hair or let it dry. And then when it's dry and crunchy all over and like fully dry, then I flip it and I just tussle it and kind of scrunch a little bit to break the casts. And then it's there. And then once your hair's, again, super dry, you can use like a texture spray. I used to use like a sea salt spray, but now I'm trying the Bumble and Bumble, which is, I think it's fine. My hairdresser said to do like horizontal layers and just pick it up and on the roots and then just kind of, and it does poof it out a little bit. Silk scrunchies only. I have big ones and I have little ones that I use. I should have a silk pillowcase. I should probably have a bonnet. I don't have either one of those. If I need my hair to look nice the next day, I might braid it and then just hop in the shower and wet it the next day and kind of do it all again without shampooing. But yeah, that's about it. And then like I said at the top, I try not to shampoo it every day or it's like usually every 3 or 4 days. I'll actually, shampoo my hair, but I will like get it wet and clean it whenever I shower. So yeah, that's it really. I mean, it's definitely gotten, this is the other thing, regarding hair oil. I also use, when I break the cast to keep it a little less frizzy even, I will do the Whey hair oil, not the scalp stuff. So if I think of it, I'll put like literally a drop or two in my hands, rub them together, and then I'll do the cast thing. And that adds like a little bit of shine and it smells really good. I love Whey products. They all smell so good. It's OUAI. You see that? Yeah. Their stuff smells so good. They used to have these bath bombs called chill pills, and they looked like huge pills, and they smelled so good, but they don't make them anymore. It makes me so sad. So yeah, that's my stuff. In December, I'm going to be doing a Kate's Favorite Things episode, or segment in one of the streams, which I mentioned. All of this stuff is obviously going to be on it, so I'll give more details there. And none of it's sponsored. It's just shit that I really like. Oh, the chill pills are so good. So yeah, that's my hair stuff. That's what I rock. Okay. Let's get into the timestamps. Oh, here's a question from the show that I would love to see in chat. Who was the most famous person to graduate from your high school or college? I have my college here that I want to look up. I feel like looking up my high school will be a little too close to doxing me for people that are here with ill intentions. Not that I live there anymore, but it just still feels weird, right? But based on the list that's come out of my high school, I am definitely one of the most famous people, based on stuff on Instagram, not stuff here. So, let's see. Rachel McAdams, Death Cab for Cutie. I used to love them. Kelly Kay, I don't know who that is. Mr. Rogers, good one. Gregory Peck, oh my God. My high school is very famous, I will say that. Oh God, what does that mean? Johnny from Love Island? Which Love Island was that? My dad's best friend was a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Holy shit. Taj Mowry of the Sister Mowrys. Raheem Sterling. Oh, a professional soccer player. Okay. Mike Shinoda. I don't know who that is. I have famous people that I know, but I don't want to talk about them. Okay. That's fine. Ted Bundy went to your college. A WWE wrestler from my school. James Gandolfini. Tony Danza. Oh my God. Renee Zellweger. Wow. You guys have got some good ones. I don't have anyone like this. Brad Pitt, really? Gretchen Whitmer, yes, big Gretch. Moulin Rouge TikTok girl went to my high school. I don't know who that is. Lots of famous people. Oh, the rapper from Linkin Park. Limp Bizkit, Katie Couric, LeBron James. LeBron's from your college town. Okay. Callista Flockhart. Tory Lanez, David Spade. Wow, you guys have tons. Hassan Piker. Oh, no. Adam West. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, I want to look at my college. So I went to the University of Rhode Island. Go Rams. And I started looking at this. It's like, let's just look at it together. Politics and government, I don't give a fuck. What we want to see is the arts, broadcast, and entertainment. Let's see if we know anybody. Stevie Aiello. Oh, he's in 30 Seconds to Mars? He went to URI? Huh. Don't know him. Kim Alexis, model. She looks sort of familiar. Christian Amanpour. That name sounds very familiar. Yes, I've seen her before. Christiane. Wait, did she do the special? Is she part of, hang on one second, filmography, film. Oh, no, I thought she did the, never mind. All right, let's see who else we got. Andrew Burnap? I don't know who the fuck that is. Theater boy. Vladimir. These are just in alphabetical order. So Matt Franco. That name sounds familiar. America's Got Talent. Okay. Benjamin Fine. I've heard that name before. Died on vacation in South Korea. Holy shit. That's crazy. Dying on vacation. That sucks. Anyway, Vladimir Putin. Someone went to high school with Vladimir Putin. Is that what someone just said? Rich Lux is in chat. Hi, Rich. We're talking about famous people that went to our high school. I bet you have someone. Matt Franco played at the poker tournament. That's why his name sounds familiar. Sage Francis. Don't know who that is. White rapper. Peter Frechette, no. I don't recognize any of these people. Oh, Anne Hood, I know her. She's an author. And actually, her daughter went to the school I worked at in Providence. So I am very familiar with her. Roberta Mudge Humble, I don't know her. Kevin Kelly, J. Michael, I don't know any of these people. Wow. I mean, I feel like one day maybe I could be on this list because these people do not ring a bell. All right, let's look at this because they are a D1 school, so I'm sure some of you will recognize these people, and I just do not know who they are. I'm just gonna cruise through and see if I recognize any names. Tony DeLuca sounds like a name I've heard before. Not many, guys. Oh, yes, Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom, I do remember that he went to my school. My dad went to high school with Olympian Tim Daggett. He hit him in the face with a Frisbee during gym class. My dad called it his Olympic moment. Holy shit, did he break his face? I love that. Yep, Lamar Odom, Khloe Kardashian's ex-husband, but they're still kind of together. I don't know lately, but I know they were kind of back and forth. Oh, hey, look! It's a Jewish basketball player. Josh Oppenheimer. We were just talking on the show today about how there aren't any Jews that play basketball. Oh, that's really funny. Don't know who it is, though. Oh, shitballs. Where'd that just go? Okay. Not many people went to Little Rhodey. Tyson Wheeler. I know that name. Yep, Tyson Wheeler. I think he was in... Where did he go to high school? Oh, New Britain. Oh, he's an assistant coach at Brown right now. That's interesting. Yeah, I know that name from growing up. Andy Williams, don't know. Yeah, I don't know any of these fucking people. Business, who cares? Oh, this guy, the P90X guy. This is the one that everyone talked about when I was at school. Tony Horton, the guy that developed P90X. I don't know any of these people. Robert Ballard discovered the Titanic. Went to URI. Shout out. Got his PhD. Not much happening at my little college, my little big state school. Weird Al was the best concert I've ever been to. Ooh, I would love to go see Weird Al. Nobody really famous comes from my high school, but hella famous people live in my hometown. I will say that Casey Neistat grew up in my area. He didn't go to my high school, but his family was well known in the area. And because his grandma was like everyone's tap dance teacher, she was like a retired Rockette, I believe. Or she was at Radio City Music Hall for something. And yeah, I took tap with her. All my friends took tap with her, but we didn't know. We're just like, oh, it's the Neistats, you know? So, yeah, and they ran a great cafe in town. So that's I think that's my closest brush with YouTube fame, at least. Most of the NASA astronauts have come out of Ohio. That's so random. Rich Lux, we love you. I don't see your name anywhere. I see people talking about you, so I'm assuming that you're here or were here. So shout out to you. Loved your episodes on the show. You got to do more. You got to do more with the H3 folks. You have great energy for a live. And you know all the tea. You got all the receipts. It's amazing. All right, let's talk about the show a little bit more specifically. This moment of Ethan saying that Zach can't handle what he was going to say about why he looks Jewish was just tickling me. So let's watch Ethan try to couch this in a way that won't upset Zach, I guess. And part of me is like, was this really what he was going to say? Because it didn't sound offensive to me at all. But again, Ethan said he knows Zach. So let's see what he has to say.
I won't be offended.
Yes, you will.
Please, I want to know. I'm giving you full permission. I will not be offended.
No, okay, hold on. I know you too well.
See, do you want to type it?
Now I'm actually curious.
I'm really fucking curious.
I'm as lost as you, Zach. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Type it
next.
All right, you got the.
Yeah, you have my full fucking permission.
You got a round face.
Okay.
You got the rosy cheeks.
I know that.
Dark hair, dark features.
Okay.
Wavy.
Like, this was way less offensive than when Ethan was like, sometimes your hair is dry. So, like, what was he gonna say? If you are curious about Rich's pronouns call him anything but lazy. Okay, thank you. I can turn
Right,
my
not
alerts
straight.
back on.
Jews don't have straight hair ever,
Okay, fine.
right? And then like, it's more than that. It's the cadence. It's the walk. You know what I mean?
He walks
It's-
like a Jew.
Yes.
He walks like a Jew.
Oh, that's
He
fair.
talks like a Jew.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That didn't
Kimasabe
affect-
coded.
That didn't
I was kind
offend
of
me.
with you up to walk. What the
No.
fuck
No,
is
he's
that?
right. He's fucking right.
No, there's no Jewish
Because it's
walk,
because it's
dude.
kind of like it's like a little uncoordinated.
So he's saying like Zach is unathletic.
Right?
Like I'm stumbling.
No, you don't stumble, but you don't walk like not super gracefully.
Not athletic.
Not terrible. I wouldn't walk.
Hey, there's a lot of great.
Dan's laugh there means that Ethan is right. I feel like he just really nailed him with that.
It's like a little uncoordinated. Right?
Like I'm stumbling.
No, you don't stumble, but you don't walk like not super gracefully.
Not athletic.
Not terrible. I wouldn't walk.
Hey, there's a lot of great
What-
Jewish
what-
athletes.
explain-
Okay?
yeah, Sandy
I
Koufax.
think
That's
it's
it.
more that Zach is
Yeah.
tall. I
Who's
can't
a
see this
famous
tall
Jewish
person
athlete
walk.
other than
Sandy
They
Koufax.
said
Sandy
the one
Koufax.
already. They said it.
the one? We got one guy. Michael Phelps, I think, is Jewish.
No, he's not.
Nah.
I'm kidding. Of course he's not.
What about my walk? What?
I just told you, you walk like
How
a
do
little
I-
bit uncoordinated.
Uncoordinated.
Yeah, like I could, like I wouldn't. If I saw you somewhere in public, I wouldn't like point him out and be like, "Look at that guy walk." Like it's normal. You
Wow,
look
look
fine.
at that! Look at that Jew.
No, I wouldn't say that.
You know what it is? It's the force. It's the force fields in his shoes. He has force
Oh,
fields.
that
I
in-
was going to
That's
ask, AB,
it.
that's a good point. He has the crease protectors in his shoe. Maybe that's why.
Crease
I
It's
don't.
protectors.
I don't walk normal because I don't want to crease my shoes.
That's true.
It's true. He walks like Frankenstein up
You
the
should
steps.
see him walk downstairs. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What are some famous Jewish athletes?
But no, that doesn't offend me.
It said,
Weird. The internet's not working. It says no results found.
this said there's a remarkably low amount of them. And it says Sandy Koufax. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
nice.
No, it didn't say that. So boxing, Max Baer, Benny Leonard, and Barney Ross. I don't know who those people are.
Oh, way back.
Yeah.
yeah.
That got, they are. These are like
All right, so that's some of the conversation about Zach. I think that was the main thrust of it. But then they get into Ethan's posture, and this is just another killer moment. And AB has several great lines in here.
It's not every Jew.
Okay.
Like, for example, I'm extremely coordinated. You've seen me throw balls.
Oh.
I like when AB was like, "Do me next."
Well,
I'm more of a baseball Jew.
Like Sandy Koufax and
Baseball
John
Jew.
Green. And, yeah.
You guys know I can throw.
that's true. You can throw. Your walk?
I walk it. I walk the walk. Do I need to? I'll do it.
You
Let
have
me
the
walk.
most interesting
Yeah.
walk I
Walk.
know of.
Yeah.
Most
Get out here and walk.
interesting.
Yeah, you have a very interesting.
Your gait is very unique.
Yeah,
your head
very
leads your body.
I don't
That
want
sounds
to. I don't
Very
want to.
Jewish.
My
Your head leads your body.
head leaves my body. You want to decapitate me?
Not what he said.
What do you mean?
I agree with AB.
That my head leaves my body? I don't,
I see. It's it's kind of like, have you ever seen like camera gimbals where you can like shake it around but it keeps the camera like perfectly
Oh, yeah,
steady?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like using motors and stuff to like keep the
You're saying my head stays?
it kind of like
It's like a chicken.
How you can
Yeah.
a chicken? Yeah, you can swirl a chicken and their head.
Like a chicken. Oh my
Stays.
God. Walk's
If you
head
walk-
first is insane, but is it wrong?
Through a door, I see your head a split second earlier.
I know you're trying to make fun of my posture, which
Hang on, we got to hear that. And he has a banger at the end of this too.
shake
Go.
it around but it keeps the camera like
Like a
perfectly
Oh, yeah,
steady.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like using motors and stuff to like keep the
you're saying my head stays?
it kind of like
It's like a chicken.
How you can
Yeah.
a chicken? Yeah, you
It's like
can
a
swirl
chicken.
a chicken and their head stays.
If you walk through a door, I see your head a split second earlier.
I know you're trying to make fun of my posture, which I want you
not
to
making
know.
fun. I mean, we're just you
I want you to know-
brought up Jewish walks.
I just want you to know, AB, that that's a medical problem, and for you to take that low of a blow against me, and to
Gimbal
bring
head.
that up now on this show live in front of my beloved audience is extremely,
The hip bump.
extremely problematic.
I'm sorry. I'm just following your lead,
Nate, pull it up.
just like your neck is following your head.
I'm leaning over.
I'm following your lead just like your neck is following your head. Oh, AB. AB had some bangers this episode. So good. I live in San Antonio. I love we got a moment today. Wasn't the most positive, but I'll take it. The fucking Alamo. Yeah, we did not learn about the Alamo in school. At least I don't remember that. I learned about the Alamo from Pee Wee Herman. So all I literally thought the most important thing about the Alamo was that it didn't have a basement. I thought that was like pivotal to things. So silly. So silly. All right, let's talk about the urinal segment. It was fantastic and perfectly crafted for this boy heavy episode. Morgan did an amazing job with all of her unhinged scenarios that she came up with. And so there were just a couple moments that I want to talk about my opinion and hear yours. The first of which, because I don't really have an opinion on most of it because it's fucking urinal stuff and I don't use urinals. But hovering. Let's hear this conversation about women hovering in public bathrooms. And go.
Up in
but-
yeah. But sitting down to pee in public is fucking lunacy.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
Well, you guys hover, right? That's what ladies.
First of all, that's easy for dudes to say because they don't have to. But I think I'm about to be very polarizing with this.
do.
I mean, hover or use the crinkle paper stuff.
Yeah.
I will say a lot of women think they can squat, but they don't have the leg muscles for it.
I was about
and
to
they
say.
ruin
They
it
pee
for
everywhere.
everybody.
They pee everywhere.
All over the
'Cause
fucking
yeah,
seat.
they pee
Yep.
all over the seat and they
Ugh.
ruin it for everyone.
That was
There's
another
a long
super common
line.
thing with going
Yeah.
in to clean the women.
Why would you not? Okay. If you don't have the leg muscles, or if you have the powerful stream of a liter and it like splashes up on the seat, why wouldn't you clean it off? Right? Like that makes no sense to me.
Women's bathroom is like there'd just be piss all over the seat. I'm
Ew.
like,
Yeah.
at first I was confused. I was like,
How do they do
how
that?
is this happening?
Yeah, I
Because
didn't
it
know
just
about.
like was not adding
You
up.
didn't know
But then
about hovering?
I talked.
They just
to
do it and
some
don't
women
clean up after
coworkers, and
themselves?
They explain that some women hover and they can fuck up, and I'm like,
all women hover.
Yeah, and like not to speak for all women, but it's not always like a direct, straight stream for
Yeah.
you. It can come out.
Whoa.
oh, at unexpected
You know.
angles.
Yeah, peeing in a cup is
Ah.
always so hard for me. I don't know how people
Oh my
just do
goodness.
that.
Well, yeah, because you're working with completely different anatomy, right? Like I can never rely on like a pop and squat outside, or like my mom was always like, "Oh, just put, like if you're going to the bathroom in a bathing suit, just like pull it to the side." It's like there are things that must be navigated for the pee to actually come into the world. Right? Like for some people, depending on your anatomy, your urethra is like back here. And so it has to go through all of this shit to the pee has to go through. Of course it's going to like dissipate and go in different directions, right? So I will say I absolutely do not hover. I sit on the fucking toilet seat. To me, it feels like that's a lie that women tell each other to make it seem like we're a lot more hygienic than we are. Yeah, I hover all the time. I'm like, what? Sit your ass down. Oh, we'll do a poll. Okay, we'll do a poll. And don't worry, I'll leave room for boys. Okay, start a poll. I'll say vagina havers. V havers. What say you? Hover. Sit. Hover slash. I need another option. sit with covered seat, because I also don't give a fuck about that. Okay? Sit with covered seat, and then add option, I have a PP. And that's for everybody who wants to participate but doesn't have a vagina. Let's see what happens. So yeah, I have always sat. The only place where I will try to hover is a porta potty, because those are disgusting. That I can't do. I have pelvic floor issues. I gotta sit. The paper is bullshit. Thank you. Cover it with toilet paper. That's just so much work. And like, what kind of diseases do you have like on your butt cheeks? I am a raw dog sitter, and I don't understand why. Like, I've never caught anything. There's not like, if there isn't like shit or pee smeared on the seat. The fears of toilet seat diseases are pretty overblown, guys. Most things can't live outside the body for very long. I mean, go ahead and hover, but clean up your fucking, clean up your pee on the seat, hoverers. Don't call us gross. Y'all are the ones pissing all over the seat. But when hover, girls miss, you gotta put paper. People be having... Cover the seat, raw dogger. No. Yeah, if it's dirty, I just use a different stall. I don't understand. Literally have never... Door handles are dirtier. The thing is, we can all have an opinion about this, right? We do not sit on the pissy seats. If I see piss on a seat, I go to another stall. What do you do when you see a pissy seat? You just leave it and hover over it? Your leg could definitely come in contact with something. I feel like some people don't know how to wipe and they drip when getting up and never look back. You don't know how people clean the toilets. I don't know, guys. Is it the hoverers or the seat coverers who are like clogging the toilets with all the paper? Yeah, there's bacteria everywhere. Like I don't know. I just know that I'm not a hoverer. I'm also not a hummerer. You gotta shake the rest out? That's crazy. I do use a lot of toilet paper. Yeah, you guys are clogging the fucking plumbing. I don't know. It feels to me, it feels like a lot of anxiety that is, to me, unfounded thus far. I have never caught any sort of butt disease from a toilet, and I have been in a lot of public bathrooms my whole life. Yeah, and if it's gross, just don't use that bathroom. I'm just happy to see that 52% of you sit. I know that not all of you are talking right now because the hoverers are being very mean and shaming of sit. They're sit shaming us. But I see you. I hear your voice. Only 14% of you hover. Isn't that interesting? The vocal minority. 14% of you hoes are being very high and mighty. I usually bring a Clorox wipe to the public bathroom. They're seat shaming us with piss. Oh, so you love pissy toilet seats. The new snark narrative. Girl with a microphone licks toilet seats. I really use public restrooms. I don't know, guys. Just sit down. You deserve your rest. I don't know. Saying it's dirty, like, have people actually caught diseases from toilet seats? I'm there to pee, not work out. Literally, take a load off. Yeah, if there's piss on the seat, go to another seat without piss. Yeah, wash your hands. I don't know. I just can't be worried about like, oh no, I got like invisible pee microbes on my leg. Like, I don't fucking care. Yeah. How many of you hoverers fucking eat ass? Great question. Great question. Your sister learned what in microbiology? That people actually don't catch anything? Wait, what's the new poll? Oh, new poll. If you are in the 14%, do you also eat ass? Or suck dick, period. Those actually get diseases, and you put them in your mouth, girl. Save it. Yeah, how do you hover and poop? That is such a good question. Who uses the piss drawer? Ass eater / dick sucker, 14%. Dick is dry when you start. You don't know what's in the dick, though. Oh my God, I could puke. Wait, so how do you poop if you're hovering? 14%. You got real quiet now that I started talking about putting dicks in your mouth. I just bring my Clorox wipe to the hookup. I just hover on it. I just pretend to fuck it. Dick is dry when you start is crazy. I don't poop in public bathrooms. See, you got the anxiety has got you guys. You're gonna get all bound up doing all this fucking hover shit. Just shit, girls. 13%. We're convincing people. We're whipping the vote. We're whipping the vote. I just hover on it. Go. I mean, be afraid of germs. Do whatever you want, but I will not stand for sit down shaming. Oh my God. Dicks in mouth. You're right. We lick pee. Literally. There's no way. There is no way men are cleaning their dicks to a satisfactory degree for you people who are shaming us for sitting on a toilet seat that appears clean. Am I right? Why aren't my alerts showing up? That's really sad. I don't know what's going on. What does this say? Oh, wait. How can you use a seat cover when there's a genocide happening in Palestine? Exactly. Like, wow. So I really see your true colors now. I really see your true colors. Why isn't this working? Oh, there we go. Maybe it'll work now. Let me refresh this. Did you guys notice how quiet the hoverers got when I mentioned that they put penises in their mouth sometimes? I sit on the toilet but do not eat any genitalia. Well, that's great. Forming a hover union. I'm about to get mutinied by the hoverers. Oh my! Someone is having the strangest snarker origin story tonight. I was a Guam viewer And now I'm not. Here's my story. I'm someone who has a really hard time going to the bathroom in public. And so I hover when I pee.
After party.
And I was shamed for that. Welcome, Juliana. As part of Ace Chat, I don't believe people even put those things anywhere near anything, let alone their mouth. Oh, girl, they do. Hover or sit down. We need it on a shirt. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Mars, please, how do you poop if you are hovering? Gwen community is fake as fuck. They shame hoverers. Oh my God. So funny. Hoverers Anonymous. Okay, so I really thought I was going to be in the minority. I'm happy that I'm not, but I'm glad that you 14%, or what is it now? 12%! That you 12% have found each other. Sit with covered seat. I'll let it slide. It just seems like a lot of extra work. And I don't know if you're actually preventing literally anything from happening to your body. Because I know a lot of the stuff they've said about like catching STIs from toilet seats is like total bullshit. Girl, nah, when the pod was talking about this, I was like, oh, what? I do think a lot of people say that they hover when they don't. That is the vibe that I get, but maybe that's just because I am not a hoverer. But people want to seem like they are more concerned about that kind of thing than women specifically. Like, ew, I don't sit. And it's like, girl, yes, you do. Anti-Semitic poll. Proud sitter here, though, at Barnes & Noble the other day. I had to wait till I got home. Oh. What if the seat is too cold? It's better than being too warm. You ever sat on a warm seat? That would almost make me a hoverer more than having to find a clean seat or wondering what is microscopically on the seat, is getting a warm seat from someone. That is what happens at the airport. Because it's just, the turnover is crazy. I've made too many Petri dishes to be chill, unfortunately. Ghost warm seat is wild. It is. It's not great. It's not fun. But it happens, you know? La Pie female urinal. Let me look this up. La Pie. I think I know what what this is about. Let's see. Huh. How the F does it work? This isn't really clear about how it works. But I will show you something that I have seen before. The pee style. Do you guys know about the pee style? This is big in like lesbian communities, I will say. It's sold at all like the like lesbian music festivals and things. You just sit your stuff right in here, and then it rolls down into the toilet so you can pee standing up. Hoverers should get one of these. Yeah, I've never tried one. I don't know how well they work, but I've seen them a lot for sure. Yeah, this could be another way to, save your quad muscles. See, I am offering you suggestions, but then you got to clean it. Through hiking, yeah. The shiwi, yeah. But I think maybe you wouldn't like that aspect of it. Look how pretty though. And they got little bags. Peeing standing up is bad for your pelvic floor. I have heard of that. Because I used to pee in the shower a lot, but then I heard that the pelvic floor thing, and so now I pee before I get in the shower. Oh, let's do that one. Let's start another fight here. Okay, start a poll. Do you pee in the shower? Yes or no? Hand sanitizer to wipe down toilet seats? Ew, no. Guys, I don't want to fight anymore. 77, 76. How is it a bad poll? No piss drawer. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yes, guys can vote. It's not, I don't understand why peeing in the shower is bad. You're literally washing it down the drain. And if you clean your fucking shower and your tub enough, it's fine. Bad poll, I did it as a kid. Well, think of it as you're an adult now. No's are liars. No's are liars. Thank you, Alex. I get worried peeing in the shower would make my body used to peeing while standing up. It splatters. You gotta do it into the stream. My heart can't take this. This is so funny. Yeah, I don't understand. It's the second pee of my day. Skill issue. I worry about my pelvic floor. Then don't do it. It's not, there's no shame either way. These are all things that we just do ourselves. It's like, do you roll your toilet paper? Do you crumple it up? Like, these are just things that they have no bearing on whether or not you're a good person. And that's what makes it fun. Oh my God, the waffle stomper. Gross. Oh, peeing in the pool. Don't let us get started on that. Don't get me started on the swim up bars. Okay? Sometimes you're already in the shower and you have to pee. Are you going to get out all wet and pee? Sitting on a toilet seat when you're all wet is one of the most disgusting feelings. The swimmer bar. Okay, we need to get back on track. What's funny is I was like, wow, do I have enough like stuff to talk about for a show? Of course. Let's get into airport pooping. We talked a little bit about it with the warm seat, but we do have a clip of them talking about whether or not it's beneficial, preferable to poop at an airport versus another kind of bathroom.
Happens to me, in an emergency situation.
I mean, yeah, there is going to be an emergency every now and
but
then,
like if it's up to me, I'll hold it.
You know where the worst place to poop is? Airport.
Oh yeah,
I don't
It's
think
no
that's
way,
the
worst.
Tom.
Everybody's
waiting.
locked in.
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are waiting. You got your luggage and shit in there. You can't really freely move.
You know what? I'll give a
There are some
counterpoint
nice
to that.
airports.
Go ahead. Zach.
I'll give a counterpoint to that is that at the airport, it generally is busy in there.
Thank
and
you,
that works in
Dan.
your favor.
Yeah.
Because of
Lots
the
of clean.
noise
Yes and
cover
no.
and like there's other people
totally
making
depends.
noise and farting and stuff.
But no.
so.
It's busy, which means the shit smells.
Yeah, I would say paintings and such, you're so right. The real worst place to poop on earth is in an airplane bathroom. Airport bathrooms, like, cuz I don't understand how the airport is the worst place. To me, because there are so many bathrooms, there are so many stalls, and you don't know anybody, it is like the ideal public pooping situation. They're so loud in there. Nobody knows what anyone is doing. I have noticed that they often, like at the bigger, nicer airports now, they're much more confidential and have less like space between them. And now they've got like hooks and places to put your stuff. They're great. I love to poop at an airport. Hot porta potty, definitely worse than airport. Someone said bathrooms by the beach, also disgusting. Yeah, so to me, like it doesn't really matter. I mean, you are probably, because of the quick turnover, you are more likely to get like to catch a whiff of someone's movements as you're going in. That is a risk, right? But if that doesn't happen, then you get in there, it's kind of just like a break from all the sensory and like stimulation of an airport. And you can just like sit, do your business, go on your phone for a minute, you know? It just feels like nobody's looking at anybody. It's great. So I agree with Dan. I think Tom is wrong. Bathrooms by the beach is so visceral. Everything's wet. There's like puddles. It stinks. It always stinks like pee. It's like, what are we doing? Because it's mostly like, it's probably little kids just pissing on the floor. It's just disgusting. Okay, and then this was the last bit from the urinal segment that I wanted to address, because I actually have a story about this. I'm sure I've told it on here before, but we'll talk about it again. and then I actually have to pee.
But then when I see her in there, I start beating the door. Fuck with her. Yeah.
Glory hole. Now
I'm so sorry I got your voice crack in there, AB. It was not intentional, but it just happened to be the closest second to the glory hole sound section. Okay.
talking.
Are these surprising to see, or are they sort of run of the mill?
I know.
I've never
seen one.
Are they run of the mill? She's so funny.
I don't know.
I just
What do you
assumed they were
think's
sort
going
of
on
here
in
and
a?
there.
I'm sure they are, but I've never noticed.
I've never seen a glory
Maybe
hole.
it's more
make them.
certain establishments. I don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think
You
if
might-
there was one, Nate would stick his cock through it, though.
Jesus!
I would not do that.
I would not do that. Have any of you guys seen a glory hole in real life? Oh my God, squeezing out the pee like a go-gurt was so fucking funny. That was so funny. There's an app to find glory holes. Interesting. I haven't seen one. But there was a story, speaking of college, there was a story that was written up in my school paper about a glory hole being found in the bathroom in the basement of our library. And we were like a big state school, huge library. And the janitors, and I remember the line like it was yesterday, like reading it as I was sitting in the dining hall. The paper was called The 5-Cent Cigar. Reading this article that I hope is still on someone's, like, on their resume, in their portfolio, their writing portfolio. It said, the janitors found, and in quotes, inordinate amounts of blood and semen at the scene. Inordinate amounts of blood and semen. So yes, glory holes are scary. Yeah, maybe they didn't like line it. Because when I've heard about a glory hole or seen one, like in pop culture, there's usually like duct tape around it. There's usually like duct tape, like smoothing out the edges, because the stalls are usually made out of metal, right? And so they cut a hole in metal to do this. Oh, like it's scraped. Yeah. Maybe ass play. It might be from that too. My first thought was rough edge, but maybe it was from ass play. You might be right. So yeah, I don't know, but there was something happening in the bathroom, the basement bathrooms of the University of Rhode Island, and I have asked a couple of my friends from then if they remember this, and they too remember like word for word pieces from the article. It was a crazy day. It was a crazy day on campus for sure. We need to pray. Yeah, we definitely need like we need a moment. We need like a confessional moment to cleanse our sins and say our rosary. Oh, and the other thing was when Morgan brought up the scenario of you see someone at the urinal and you're pretty sure they're a missing person. Do you say something to them? And the fact that most of the men were like, I wouldn't say anything. I was like, this is the problem. Men are part of the problem, because when we my wife and I watched the documentary Amy Bradley is Missing, the one that Ethan put out a reward for, right? Multiple times. I think it was at least 2, maybe 3 times. Normal people saw Amy Bradley, recognized her, women saw her, told their husbands, and their husbands said, don't get involved. Multiple times. These women were like, oh my God, we have to do something. Their husband was like, nah, don't get involved. Let's just go back to our vacation. I know, I would absolutely say something, just in case. Yes, and it was in the bathroom, right? No, glory holes are in the stalls between 2 toilets. Like they're in the wall between 2 stalls. So, you know, this guy over here puts his little ding dong through, and this guy over here gives it a hole. Ethan never gets credit for the reward money, and it makes me mad. Oh, Lord, we are on our knees here in this bathroom stall in the basement of the University of Rhode Island's beautiful, beautiful library, research library. Pouring out inordinate amounts of blood and semen for you, Jesus. They do exist in places other than bathrooms. Interesting. I've never heard of them existing elsewhere, but I guess that makes sense. Probably in bathhouses, they have a whole bunch of different kinds. Oh, actually, I did hear about, because I got very interested in like what actually happens in bathhouses and like how they're set up and how it's even like allowed. And there was one that was like, it was like a glory hole. It was like a line of glory holes on a ramp of some kind. And I got really deep into like this specific bathhouse. I think it was in Chicago, and like all the fun stuff that they have, because gay guys just have it figured out. Like they have like the most creative and fun places to have sex. And wow, the innovation happening over there is crazy. It's crazy. I lived next to a gay bathhouse for years in Madrid. Amazing. But yeah, it was like, I'm remembering like it was literally like a row that they were describing, like a row of glory holes that you could like, I don't know, just get in or walk by, you know? Imagine your wife walking in. Kate, what are you looking at? It wasn't pictures. It was just like a description. But yeah, she would just be like, oh, okay. Lesbians have fun too, though. Not at bathhouses. We don't. At least I don't. From what I know, there are no like. We can barely keep a bar open. We're barely going to bars. You know? But I have thought, I was like, ooh, that'd be so cool to have like a lesbian only spa. Like that's clothing optional, you know? And maybe it gets freaky at night. But no, now I need to find these events for you. I mean, we need more lesbian makeout zones. Hell yeah. I mean, there's like sex parties, right? But the gay guys do they have established businesses and buildings that are open like 24 hours a day where you can rent a room and rent a locker and just have like anonymous sex. They exist for lesbians? I've literally never heard of that. That's crazy. I feel like we're all bonding deeply in chat. Our first fights together. Yeah, not typically woman-centered spaces. Maybe they do exist. San Francisco. It makes sense that they would be in San Francisco if that does happen. I just want to fall in love with another woman slowly. Oh, that's very sweet. But yeah, like even like there have been some like clothing optional spas that I've looked into, and a lot of them will have like men's only night, and you know that's like it's Fuckfest '08 or whatever, right? And they don't have a women's only night like that. The Gay Barn in Portland. Can I put it up on the screen or no? Would that be bad? Private play parties and events for kinky queens. Yeah, but are they open? Are they open all the time? Because when I think of the bathhouses, they're like connected to gyms and they're just like open all day and night. It's not like specific events. Yeah, this is like events and parties, but like bathhouses are like all over. Interesting. They have gay bars in Los Angeles. Yes, I know they have gay bars in Los Angeles. It's not about bars. These are, yeah, it's a very specific thing that is a cornerstone of the gay community, gay male community. From what I know, bathhouses have not been like pivotal in the lesbian community. But I love going to spas and I love doing it naked. So I would love to have like a lesbian specific spa. I could never make out with someone unless I knew them for ages. Cool. Yeah, the bathhouses go crazy in New York City. Bette Midler got her start performing in bathhouses. And I think knowing that, I was like, what the fuck is with a bathhouse? Like, they have entertainment? She was like performing to all these gay guys naked and in the pools. Like, that's just so cool. Can we have an asexual spa too? That's what spas are right now. Most of them, unless you go to a bathhouse. There's no sex happening at spas in general. Okay. We've got the new frenemies with Austin. That doesn't. Okay, we're gonna do the Kaceytron statement after I take a pee. So I will be right back. I'm back. Okay. That's enough toilet talk for the evening. Probably for the year. I definitely hovered. as I'm choking. Oh no, you heard me peeing. Oh my God. I actually have a story about that too. Oh my God. I used to work at an engineering university in the marketing department. And these very important engineers came back, these alumni, to run an event. And this guy was so fucking arrogant. He was like this older guy, really pompous, really misogynistic. If you've ever met like old school engineers, you might know what I'm talking about. And during a break in like the day's activities, I think we might have been like in a brainstorming session or something, but he was running some kind of a thing for the faculty and staff on like innovation and like how to sell an idea or some stupid shit like that. And so we're already fucking sick of him. So my friends and I are sitting there and we're working on this project and we start hearing something over the loudspeakers in the whole room, like over the microphone system, the audio system. It wasn't just peeing, guys. It was the sound of someone with an enlarged prostate peeing. It was the stopping and starting. And it went on forever. And it didn't seem like anybody else noticed, or they were just like better people than us and didn't say anything about it. But it was so bad. It was so bad. Submitting our embarrassing moments for Guam to read. Oh, I love that idea. How the fuck do I know that? Haven't you seen movies with like old guys peeing? And they like pee and stop and they like can't get all their pee out? Oui, oui, les couilles. Yeah, so that felt like instant karma to me, honestly. Evacuation complete. Oh, Austin Powers. Enlarged. Like when your prostate is too big, yeah, you can't get all your pee out at one time. I have never heard that. Well, I guess you haven't heard an old man pee, have you? Like, I don't know what to tell you. So, all right. Let's just get right into the bullshit here. Kaceytron put out a statement recently about the lawsuit. Actually, I'm going to do it right from her Twitter. Okay, here we go. That way I can read her statement as well. So Kaceytron put out a statement about her lawsuit with Ethan Klein, in which she basically begs for mercy, but she has conditions for her own settling. Like, we'll get into it and you'll see it. But basically, she's asking for this to be over, but says that, she will continue to fight it and won't be dipping into the money raised by the GoFundMe to pay anything but lawyer fees. And also, she's increasing the amount that she needs on the GoFundMe because of how expensive it is. Now, we all know how expensive it is because we all know what happened with the FUPA fund, right? Which Cruel World Happy Mind tried to slander Ethan and Hila with, right? We're saying that, they misappropriated the funds. They used donations from their fans on their lawsuit instead of building a fund for creators. When meanwhile, that would have been a nice thing, but the money went too fast on legal fees. So, by the way, Cruel World Happy Mind has now donated to Frogan, Kaceytron, and Denims, like as of today. So she seems to now understand that lawsuits are more expensive than people think. But of course, she would never admit that to Ethan. So let's watch Kaceytron's statement, walk through it, and chat about it. First of all, she says, I wanted to give a more personal update on how the lawsuit is affecting myself and my family. Here is the statement from my live stream. Please consider donating to my GoFundMe or even signing up for a monthly donation. Okay.
So, first of all, my intention of this statement is not to blame Ethan Klein or accuse him of malicious conduct. So, please refrain from making any hateful posts about him. If he believes he has a copyright claim, he is entitled to pursue it. My intention is to shed some light on the financial strain this is causing me and my family, and also why I made a settlement offer to Ethan. So when this lawsuit began, it was unclear how myself and my family were going to survive this. It is only due to the unbelievable generosity of others that I have been able to afford the devastating financial effects of this lawsuit.
How far back should we go? Is it the devastating effects of the lawsuit, or is it the devastating effects of something that you did that was wrong? Because it feels like everybody is forgetting about the inciting incident to this lawsuit. They act like Ethan is suing them for no reason. And they are acting like they had nothing to do with the events leading up to this lawsuit being deemed necessary by Ethan and Hila, right? Like, they act like they weren't all gleefully and arrogantly participating in a pretty widespread and obvious hate and harassment campaign against the Kleins and the crew. Casey specifically targeted the crew multiple times. But at that point, it was fun, and all of our friends were doing it, and it made them feel powerful because they were getting a reaction, right? But now it's gotten real. And now this lawsuit is something that's been done to her and not a consequence of something she has brought on herself, right? And we'll talk about the settlement stuff, because she's definitely using that as, in my opinion, she's using that as like a way to show that Ethan is merciless. But there were many options. There were many times when you could have settled early on. And Ethan was very open to them, and then you slammed that door. So we'll get to that.
I'll forever be grateful for the kindness and support that I've received during this dark time in my life. We have raised just over $49,000 on my GoFundMe. I have also contributed another $5,000 from various marathons and fundraising, bringing the total up to $54,000. All of these funds were deposited into a separate bank account that I opened exclusively for legal expenses. None of these funds have been used for any personal expense. They have been used exclusively for my legal fees. These funds are not going to last much longer, given the needs of the litigation and the work that is being done to defend against Ethan Klein's lawsuit. In September, I made a settlement offer to Ethan for $17,500. This offer was publicly revealed by Ethan to his Instagram followers. This settlement offer that I made was in no way, shape, or form an attempt to make a payday. It was because the looming threat of financial ruin is a stress that I would not wish on to anyone.
Okay, what I was pulling up is that in September, she says she made this offer to Ethan, right? This settlement offer of $17,500. But this was also you in September. This is September 14th. So he says, you raised this much money. You offered me $17,500. I did a macro dose of psilocybin yesterday. My intuition is on fire. All of my tarot pulls were that of a big win for myself. Oh, Ethan Klein, you fool. Your victim complex has just met its match. I am an innocent white woman. See you and Hilda in court. So, like, that's your response to having your settlement revoked. I just really don't see how you expected him to have any sort of sympathy for you, especially again when while you were offering this settlement, you were actively attacking the crew. And you did this multiple times. Here you are saying, hearing people victimize themselves over criticisms, meanwhile their boss is using his millions of dollars to do frivolous lawsuits and put others in financial ruin. I could literally be forced to foreclose and lose my home if I can't keep up with legal fees at Starkilla Coward. Like, why are you antagonizing him and harassing his staff if you want him to accept a settlement? Like, you were in... If you're trying to get a settlement accepted, you kind of have to act in good faith, right? You're supposed to come to some sort of a mediation and some common ground, I imagine. So for you to offer this settlement quietly, secretly, right? But then to still be antagonizing and shitting on Ethan and Hila and AB and Olivia publicly? What kind of show of good faith is that? Like, that was just 2 months ago. The lawsuit happened in June, and 2 months ago, you were very confident that you were going to beat this. And this is back in June when you first got sued. You let yourself get gaslighted into a situation that is catastrophic for your family. I'm going to fight it as well. Hilarious seeing all the right-wing grifter law experts trying to scare us into settling too. I don't know who that's talking about. I'm guessing Legal Mindset, who is a total nut job. But like, this is what I mean when I say back then, 5-6 months ago, it was all fun and games. It was all, we're all united against Ethan and he's the evilest person on the internet. And like, he was just this huge windmill that you guys were trying to fight. And you were so arrogant about it that you shot the chances of settling in the foot. You shot your own chances of settling directly in the foot. Oh, and Ethan also gave you guys chances to settle. I need to find that clip. Well, I don't need to find the clip. I mean, we know the clip exists. It's June 20th. The episode was June 20th. And Ethan talked about creative ways to settle this without having any sort of financial damages required. He talked about you guys doing a public apology. He talked about getting Denim's sign, right, to use behind him on his show. Like, there were things that he was floating. Even something like, having to do, he was talking about someone, was it Tucker Carlson, who went and did like a Holocaust tour after all the fucked up shit he said. So he was talking about different ways that he could come to an agreement with y'all without financially ruining you. But instead of taking that seriously and showing that you knew that you had fucked up, that you did something wrong, y'all were too arrogant and stubborn and had no sort of foresight to think that this might actually be a real thing. Because, I don't know, are you just too online and you don't think lawsuits ever pan out? So in June, when you were first sued, you were confident that you would be able to beat this. You and your girls, right? We're all gonna fight it. They're fighting it, so I'm gonna fight it. Instead of looking out for myself and taking care of my family and doing what's right for my family, I'm gonna follow the crowd and I'm going to pursue this. And not only am I going to pursue it, I'm going to pursue it in a way where I continue to be publicly antagonistic. Secretly, I'm going to try to settle because I'm starting to realize how bad this is going to be financially for me. But publicly, I want everyone to still think that I am this strong person that's going to take down a bad man. So that was in June. And then in September, when you actually do the settlement and it gets rejected, you try to pull the strong woman thing again. But here's the thing, Casey. You don't share the real reason why the settlement was taken off the table. Ethan took the settlement off the table because you continued to harass and target by name AB, Lena, and Olivia. Here you are. Here you are talking shit the same week that you made the settlement offer to Ethan and Hila. It's so funny seeing all these foot fungi feigning concern over my recreational drug use. I spend less than a fraction of what privileged crybaby Starkilla does on DoorDash orders. Okay, thanks for watching the show. All the still existing H3 fans are just showing how incredibly hypocritical they are. I want to, and then on top of that, piles on, I want to take the time to also say that I am praying for that Olivia girl. I hope that during her mental health break, she can take the time to reflect on how she is devoid of morals and maybe get some. So we are supposed to feel bad for you right now? You actively attacked a woman who you admit in this tweet was on a mental health break. And she was on that mental health break and is off the show essentially, indefinitely, because of the kind of targeted harassment that has come from people like you, Casey. So I think it shows a lot of character, in my opinion, that when Ethan decided to take the settlement off the table, it was because of the shit that you were doing to his crew. Not stuff that you were saying about him. But shit that you were saying about AB. And really, I think the tipping point must have been you talking shit about Olivia, who was in a very fragile mental state, as we knew even in the moment. And even earlier, the other tweet that Ethan retweeted, where is it? You were talking shit about AB. Oh, here. No, that's not it. So, like, girl, what are we doing? Here it is. At Starkilla Coward. He made public statements pressing you because you were pressing his fucking employees for no reason. So to sit there and act like this lawsuit came out of nowhere and you were just on your best behavior and you were being just another pious YouTuber when you were actively participating in a harassment campaign and you continued to participate in that harassment after you got sued. You continued to not only harass Ethan, who clearly can take it, but you also went after Olivia, who was actively in a mental health crisis. It's very hard to find sympathy now that I am looking at this timeline again, right? Like last time when you made a video, I corrected some things that I had said. I listened. I think I was very compassionate, right? And I don't want to be cruel, right? So I'm not going to say cruel shit, but I kind of forgot how ugly you were to Olivia and AB and Lena. And so for you to sit there and say, I'm not even a fan of Hassan, like, I don't even know what this is about. Again, it just makes me like, why? It makes me ask myself, why did you get so deep into this? Who did this? Like, who put the battery in your back and told you to keep flapping your jaws even after you'd been sued? Because this is the shit you were saying after you got sued. 5-6 months later, while you were trying to get a settlement. What do you think Ethan is going to do? How is he supposed to take you seriously or think that you actually want, think that you actually want to come to an agreement? We're hypocritical. You're the one making sneaky settlement offers and then trying to act big and bad in person. All right, let's watch the rest of this.
My mother, father, and sister all struggle with disability and housing instability. They are my family and they depend on me. Just this month, like many other low-income Americans, my mother and disabled sister had their food stamps taken away. Under the current political climate, the future of funding for other assistance is uncertain.
That's horrible. It's horrible. That is genuinely awful. None of that is Ethan Klein's fault. And for you to put yourself in a position where I wish this wasn't your situation, right? I wish that you did not feel responsible for the survival of your entire family. I can't imagine how stressful that is. However, also, it just raises again the question of why. Why did you make literally any of the choices you have made since the summer? Since the content nuke dropped? If you saw a lawsuit coming, or if you did get sued, why did you keep talking? Why did you keep running your mouth when you knew that there could be financial ruin on the horizon? I think a lot of fights are worth fighting. I'm a very stubborn person. I'm very driven by justice, right? Like I have a justice fixation to a large degree. And I think that is a main reason I started making videos on YouTube to talk about this shit, because a lot of people are fucking lying. And Casey, I think a lot of people lied to you. They made you feel like this was like the last stand of our generation and some huge fight that you just needed to stay in order to stay on the ends with people that you care about, or to actually make a difference in the world. But this isn't it. This is a fucking lawsuit from a YouTuber about copyright infringement. This is not going to help anybody in Gaza. This is not going to kick Netanyahu out of office. You're fighting with two people that agree with you. So why did you do this? You talk about this as if it's something that happened to you and not something that you precipitated with your behavior. You got all gassed up with your friends. You were a mean girl. You were a bully to other women. You called Ela ugly. You called her the C word. You said horrible things about Olivia as well, specifically when she was in a very fragile mental state. Like, that must have been a day or two after things happened. For what? I'm sure it was a blast. I'm sure it was a dopamine rush while it was happening. But how old are you? You're how old, and you have how many people counting on you financially, and you're still making stupid decisions like this? This is not the hill to die on. You have made so many choices I would not have made along the way.
I cannot afford to fail them. I simply want this nightmare to be over so that I can go back to providing my family with my full support. Ethan Klein is suing me for $150,000, which is the maximum damages for malicious copyright infringement. I believe it is highly unlikely that a court would find me liable for copyright infringement at all, and certainly not malicious copyright infringement.
Has a lawyer told you that? Has a lawyer told you that that's not likely? I don't know. I can't decide if she had the help of legal counsel to write this. I don't imagine legal counsel would want her to say shit out loud about this. But who told you that? Who told you what you did isn't copyright infringement? Again, I'm saying, Casey, you are getting the wrong advice. You are being given the wrong advice. I think you are being used as a pawn, as a proxy, to fight someone else's battles. And they don't give a shit about how hard up your family is or how much you worry about them and your finances. Because if they did, if they really cared about you, they would have told you to fucking settle way back in June. They would have said, okay, let's get you a lawyer and let's get you out of this. Instead of gaslighting you to the point that you are in one breath trying to beg for a settlement and in the same fucking day harassing the people you are trying to get a settlement from. It's pretty unreal, Case.
My offer was tied to the maximum damages for normal copyright infringement, which has a maximum damage of $30,000. Considering it is unlikely there are any damages at all that I could have caused, even if I am found liable for copyright infringement, my offer of $17,500 felt very generous.
You don't get to decide whether or not there have been damages. You're also not a lawyer or a judge. So how can you say you're just basing that on the fact that Ethan is rich? There's probably no actual damages. Babes, they have the numbers. They know how many people watched your stream and not theirs. That's literally how viewer numbers is how they come up with how much they make off of AdSense and partnerships and brand deals. They have the numbers. They know they can very easily go from A to B to C and translate the number of viewers that you had during that stream and in any subsequent VODs and translate that into money lost. It's not hard. And exactly, Voodoo Goddess. Ethan didn't want money. And that's what I was saying. Back in June 20th was the episode. You guys can go and watch it. I forgot to pull the link. That was the day that they were talking about like creative ways to settle, like the different ways that they could do it that wouldn't have anything to do with finances. And I know this, A, because I watched it, but B, I messaged or I tweeted, I responded to Kaceytron on Twitter because in June she was already spiraling about the money aspect. And I said, hey, just Friday on the show, Ethan was talking about creative ways to settle that wouldn't bankrupt you guys. So you should probably like hear him out and maybe work towards something like that. I so wish that you had seen that and taken the advice. A genuine apology would have been enough for Ethan. I think so too. And we're going to see why that probably didn't happen in just a moment here.
For me, that is a lot of money, and it would have come directly from my own pocket. On this note, I want to clarify that any donations that I have received are being used for my legal defense costs against Ethan, nothing else. These funds will not be a part of any settlement offer. In the event that we were to settle, I will take responsibility for any settlement, and any remaining funds would go towards the remaining parties that are also being sued by Ethan.
Oh, look, she's setting up a FUPA fund. I hope Madison is watching this and is taking notes for when the money runs out and she doesn't give any to Denims or Frogan.
I have no intention to keep any money from this fundraising for any personal use whatsoever.
I mean, it sounds like you really need money personally. Like, that was my first thought. I was like, would her fans be mad if she did? It sounds like she really needs money.
If we are unable to reach a settlement soon, this could stretch all the way to December of next year and cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars in lawyers' fees through the end of the trial.
I mean, Ethan said back in June, settlement is off the table because you were still going after AB and Olivia when she was in the middle of like a full mental health crisis. But I hope for your sake that's not entirely true. I hope that that you guys can still work something out.
To be clear, I don't make anywhere near this kind of money. Like most Americans, I live paycheck to paycheck. I do not have any personal savings. Over the years, I've been stretched very thin because I help support multiple family members.
Yeah, that's horrible. Again, so why would you risk everything like this? Who made you feel so invincible? They are not your friend. They are not your friend, because I have shown just here multiple places where there was a moment that this could have ended and you shot yourself in the foot by being arrogant and being a mean girl. That was more important. Owning Ethan and AB and Olivia on the internet was more important than the fact that you live paycheck to paycheck.
I want to make it clear to Ethan, I will gladly set aside my ego and
Here
do
we go.
whatever is necessary and consistent with my principles to resolve this matter and get back to what matters most to me.
Okay, so here she's saying she is ready to put aside her ego, which is great because her ego is what has been getting in the way. But there is this little caveat about her principles.
To Ethan, I will gladly set aside my ego and do whatever is necessary and consistent with my principles to resolve this matter and get back to what matters most to me. Helping my family in this devastating financial climate.
To me, that means that she still feels beholden to the party line from the Hassan / Trisha side of the aisle, and that she will not say things, certain things, because she doesn't want to look like she is giving in to Ethan. I don't know what her line would be, right? But you best believe, Casey, if you want a settlement, he's going to want a public statement from you. And it won't be an untrue statement. And also, Ethan has had to make statements himself, right? He had to do it with the whole Cav thing. Sometimes to fucking get something to end, you just have to eat crow. If what your family is going through is truly the most important thing right now, and it sounds dire, it sounds urgent, then I really hope you are also evaluating your principles and making sure they align with like what's real, like with concrete values, and not just the principles of staying in with the cool kids who are also not cool. They are very mean and dumb. I see here you're saying, I feel deeply guilty even asking for community funding. I hear no guilt for what you did, right? I hear no guilt about streaming his content as a clear market substitute. That's the maliciousness, Casey. That's the malice. You said it out loud. I'm ready to put my ego aside. Okay, but you have said nothing of substance to that at all, right? I mean, I'm glad you said at the top of this that this isn't about blaming Ethan Klein, but then you kind of are, because you're saying that this lawsuit has destroyed your family. It sounds like your family was already on the ropes, and then you made a lot of bad decisions in the last 6 months that have put them even more at risk. Like, that's the thing. The thing about growing up is, okay, growing up is stupid and it's terrible, right? One of the things about growing up, and I don't even know how old Kaceytron is, she acts very young, like Arrested Development young. Growing up often means you have to do things you don't want to do. And I'm not just saying like, oh, I have to do the laundry, I have to do the dishes. I mean, you have to swallow things that don't align with your sense of self or whatever it is for the greater good. You have to be compromising. Being uncompromising is like not compatible with being an adult, because you are working and living in a society with other people. So you can't always die. You can't die on every hill. You can't die on every single hill of every issue and every argument you have. Being right, when you divorce yourself from the idea that being right is the most important thing in the world, you are going to feel a lot more free. Because what was the point of staying in this lawsuit? What were you going to prove? And to whom? Because now it's just all hot air. And in the process of that, of creating all that hot air, you have screwed yourself out of a settlement multiple times. And now you're begging for another one. Like, I don't understand it's just it's a very immature, it's been a very immature couple of months. A lot of very immature interactions that have done nothing to prove that you want a settlement in good faith. And that you truly are sorry for what you did. Not just with the law, not just with the copyright infringement, but your participation in everything that led to this point. And the harassment that you participated in after you got sued. I will say it again. Whoever talked you out of settling in those early days, when I'm sure you were freaking out and were probably ready to do whatever it took to make this go away so you wouldn't be in the hole and could support your family, whoever talked you out of doing that is not your fucking friend. I don't know if it's people on Snark or some of your fans or it's actual people in your life. But if they really cared about you, they would have told you the adult thing to do was to fucking settle. You fucked up in black and white in 4K. Take your lumps and settle and move on with your life. That is way more important financially and beneficial than solidarity with these other two streamers who would throw you under a fucking bus any day. You're gonna feel, sometimes the decisions you make aren't always the easy ones. It's almost never the easy ones. You're gonna feel like shit a lot of times when you make decisions as an adult. It doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. And in the long run, it's definitely the right one. Y'all need to stop relying on the instant gratification of looking cool in a fucking tweet and worry about your bank account. Because now you're worried. It sounds like you should be.
I feel deeply guilty even asking for community funding during such difficult times because I realize I'm asking for help from people who are also facing financial hardships. Since this lawsuit was announced, it has resulted in a barrage of hate and harassment that has been incredibly mentally taxing. Every day across all of my social media, I am relentlessly reminded that my life could be ruined, that myself and my family could wind up living on the streets, that Ethan is going to foreclose on my home. All decline or accuse him.
Sorry.
Myself and my family could wind up living on the streets, that Ethan is going to foreclose on my home.
She said this in the last video too, and I will say, I hope that is not H3 people doing this. If it is, I think it's probably a small number of assholes. I think you can dislike someone. I think that you can be cheeky or snarky about them in private or in smaller spaces. But to make fun of somebody who might lose everything, even if you think they deserve to be sued, is gross. And I don't condone that at all. Like I've said elsewhere, I feel like this was the people saying shit like this en masse are from other communities that have sadly hated and harassed Kaceytron for a long time. And then they're seeing this as like the reinvigoration of that. And this is like another way to stick it to her, right? That's what I'm assuming. Because I have never seen anything that foul and to that degree in the H3 community toward her.
All realities that feel very real to me right now, and all being used by hateful onlookers to push me into killing myself.
Listen, I hate that. I hate that for you. You need to know that the stuff that you were saying and doing was also pushing Olivia toward that same ledge. Saying she has no morals, saying that she's a coward. You were right there in the trenches next to Anissa, fighting the good fight against a 24-year-old girl with her first real job, who cares so deeply about everything and everyone. So how are we supposed to have sympathy for the fact that you are being bullied and harassed when we saw the way you bullied and harassed someone who was in active crisis? That's hard for me to digest.
The thought of dealing with the constant doxing, threats to my life, and harassment for another year is extremely dark. This treatment wears on a person, and it has left me feeling extremely drained, isolated, and depressed. Moving forward, I'll continue to provide any updates on any future developments. It may end up being a long road, and I'm going to be working hard to keep up with the legal fees every month for as long as is necessary if this litigation is not settled soon. I've changed my GoFundMe.
Again, you ruined the settlement. You ruined the settlement by attacking a vulnerable woman literally on a mental health break, which you put right in your tweet. Like the tweet owns itself. Just a reminder, because people are going to say, oh, he was greedy. He didn't accept the settlement. That's because y'all are not doing it in good faith. And you proved it like the same week that you made the offer. Within days.
Goal to better reflect the cost of this sort of litigation. Again, these funds are exclusively for my lawyer fees. This is not money that will go towards any sort of settlement or to any of my personal expenses. Please consider donating or even signing up for a monthly donation. Check out any of my links below. You can also support by tuning into any of my live streams and social media. Even just some positivity in the sea of negativity means everything right now. Thank you all so much for listening to my side of the story. And again, thank you all for the love and support. Okay, that's all I had to say. And yeah, obviously I'm reading from a script. Like, obviously it was something that I wrote.
It is so weird to me that these people think that having a script is a bad thing that you have to admit to. Like, duh, you wrote it down. That was a long statement. Y'all should probably be thinking about what you're going to say and organizing it before you say it a lot more. Like, maybe think about saying things like, hey, come watch my stream so you don't give Ethan Klein any money or views. Think about saying shit like that before you actually say it out loud, you know?
And I don't know, like, I don't want to be, like, criticized for, like, coming on camera and, like, crying and shit, because it's not something that I want to do. Like, I've been put in this position where this is what I have to do to survive.
Can you clarify who put you in this position? Because I feel like there was something happened that before the lawsuit, right? There was something that happened. And there have been some things that have happened since the lawsuit that have put you in this position, right? I still have not heard any kind of accountability to herself here.
And, like, I'm doing this knowing that it's going to result in, like, the whole fucking hate brigade, you know?
It's wild to me how much these younger women streamers talk about and anticipate and internalize what the hate brigade, the haters, the snarkers are going to say about them. And they're just, like, already apologizing for it. Stop fucking doing that. Ooh, thank you, Sarah. Sarah sent out gifteds. Yay.
See you at the
Thank you,
after
Sarah.
party.
Here come the membies, the gifted membies. But yeah, it's just like she does it. Cutie Cinderella does it. Of course, Cruel World Happy Mind does it. All of these people who are just, like, so fixated on, I wonder what bad things people are going to say about me. Like, who
Want to
just
be with you and
try
also with
caring
you.
less.
Like Asmongold, XQC, all of them are going to go live and make a video and make fun of me and laugh about how, you know, I'm going to lose everything and all this other messed up shit. And they're going to further profit off of my pain. You know, it just really sucks the position that I've been put in.
gay,
I just hope
everyone.
that...
I mean, isn't, like, the nature of the commentator space profiting off other people? Like, that's what you traffic in too. And that's what you did with the content nuke, literally. You said, come watch my video, give me the views, give me the revenue, instead of Ethan Klein.
See you at the after party.
Yeah, the whole grift was profiting off Ethan's pain, right?
I can move on from it soon, but if I can't, then I'm prepared to, keep on moving forward and keep fighting. But in order to do that, it's like I have to make myself emotionally vulnerable. But yeah, I can kind of answer some questions. Really should have settled immediately. Good luck. You're saying that, but that was never like really an option. People keep on saying things that they have no clue what they're talking about.
June 20th on the H3 show, Ethan and Hila talked about the possibilities of settling with different kinds of amounts, different kinds of settlements that wouldn't financially bankrupt you guys. It was absolutely something that was possible. But none of you, or at least you and Denham's, Froken kind of disappeared. You just kept going. You kept talking shit and trying to seem cool and strong and like you were sticking it to the man. Instead of making the effort to look apologetic, to acknowledge that you fucked up, because you didn't want to be wrong and you didn't want the snarkers and anybody else to think less of you. But again, I say, anybody who wanted you to keep fighting this, knowing that you are supporting multiple family members, knowing that your finances are less than stellar, which I know. I mean, you seem to talk about it a lot, right? Anybody who's a fan of yours, a friend of yours, and they said, fuck Ethan Klein, take it all the way to court, they're a bad friend. They are immature. They are short-sighted. They don't understand how things work. They are clearly not in the position you're in, where difficult decisions have to be made financially. And they probably would have judged you for settling. But then you wouldn't be worried about taking care of your family. So what's really important? Some randos judging you on the internet? Or taking care of your family? It's as simple as that, right? So apparently Millhouse, hang on. Apparently Millhouse is now trying to plead with Ethan to drop the lawsuits. This just came out 3 hours ago. And he says, I'll just make it small. Ethan Klein, just drop the lawsuits. You are ruining people's lives and your own life in the process. End this fucking cycle once and for all. Jesus Christ, man. Reminder, there were multiple times when settlement was available, open. Ethan was talking about it. Casey was presenting one, right? The negotiations were happening. They were ongoing. And Casey fucked up and showed herself to be a mean fucking girl who wasn't sorry at all. What is Ethan supposed to do with that? Because when I see that, I'm like, okay, what happens if he does settle? Let's say he settles today. Let's say he decides to trust in Kaceytron for no good reason at this point and settle. Then what? What happens then? I think we can all guess. They'll just be emboldened. Maybe not Casey herself, but the people that have gone on this harassment campaign for years now. We've seen the way that they have like celebrated Noah Samson not getting sued, Bad Empanada being on the run and not being able to get any sort of legal repercussions for what he's done. It is not like Ethan's going to drop these lawsuits and they're all going to be like, oh, wow, Ethan's actually pretty cool. I guess I'll stop harassing him and his family. I don't see that happening. Unfortunately, it seems like these people need to learn everything the hard way. I wish that wasn't true. I wish these people could have learned 6 months ago that what they did was stupid, that we exist in a real living society and you can't just do and say whatever the fuck you want. They have chosen at every turn to do things and learn things the hard way. So I don't understand how settling without very explicit public statements and other agreements in place will change a single thing. I wish that weren't true. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think that the worst people on the internet would see Ethan settling, mediating, compromising, negotiating, coming to agreements with these girls. They will see that as some kind of a win. And I think that they would just be emboldened to be just grosser than ever. I don't want anyone to go bankrupt from this. I don't want anyone to go broke. I don't want anyone's families to be in danger of not getting the food and the health care and the medicine that they need, right? I don't want that. But you also can't just do whatever you want to people. You can't just participate in these massive hate campaigns. You can't steal other people's content and feel like you can get away with it. What if someone had done that to you, Casey? What if I made a market substitute for something you were doing? What if I streamed your stream while you were doing it? And told all of the H3 fans who hate you and all of the whoever else is out there that hates you even worse to come and watch my stream so they don't give you money. I know good and goddamn well you would be on here crying about the money lost and how you need that money for your family. These stupid double standards don't hold up in court. The judge does not care that you are broke. You being broke or poor or caring for your family, none of that has any bearing on your morality, right? You still know right from wrong. And you're still saying in this video you don't think you did anything wrong, which is so crazy. So yeah, I want this to be over soon too. And I think that if you had been serious about a settlement and actually pursued that in good faith instead of trying to secretly do it while publicly continuing to be a snarky, horrible girl, mean girl, I think we'd be in a very different place. I think 2 months ago, you might have been able to settle, and you never would have had to make this video. So I want to just paraphrase what you've said here, actually. I hope that during this mental health break, she can take the time to reflect on how she is devoid of morals and maybe get some. I hope that during this legal battle, this time, you take some time to reflect on who your real friends are and reflect on how you are setting yourself up for success or failure, how you are protecting your family, what your real priorities are, and how to actually pursue them and fight for them and protect them instead of just pretending to do all that and using that as a front for just being a jerk to people. Seems like a great time to take stock on things, you know? So there's that. Yeah. So Kacey, I wish you well. I hope that Ethan is still open to a settlement if you are actually willing to do the work of admitting whatever needs to be admitted and being amenable to whatever the agreement might be. Because Kacey, I'm telling you, take the fucking settlement. If you are lucky enough, this is not legal advice, not a lawyer, but in my opinion, if you are lucky enough to still get a settlement discussion or mediation with Ethan after he has pulled it off the table with you because of your behavior, take the fucking settlement. Do what it takes. If your family is really as hard up as you say, protect your fucking family, which is what people should have been saying to you this whole time, not fucking gassing you up in the wrong direction. All right, let's talk about Thanksgiving. Let's talk about Thanksgiving food. You like that hard transition? Yeah. No, Kate, attacking Ethan Klein is more important than my family. Oh, God. All right, let's end on something fun. Thanksgiving, obviously, is this Thursday, and I found a pretty substantial pre-made tier list for Thanksgiving foods that we can just fly through. And I'm sure there's stuff that's missing. You guys can leave your favorites in chat if there's any that are missing, and we can talk about them. So here it is. All right, so this is the tier list. S tier is elite, will get seconds. A, great, always on a plate. B is okay, tasty, but not a priority. C, you don't care for it. D, you don't like it at all. And then E is I haven't, or the bottom one is I haven't tried it. So we'll just go in order here. A lot of these are not things that I eat at Thanksgiving, but I guess I'll just rank them as if they were. So let's just start. Apple pie is I would say it's tasty, but not a priority. I actually make the apple pie every year and it's delicious, but it's not my favorite pie. I make it for Lizzie. She really likes apple pie. So, yeah, I make it for her. Please change D to love Sabra. Stupid. Okay, next up, asparagus. I really like asparagus. I would say I like to have some green on the plate. We never have it at Thanksgiving, but I do really enjoy asparagus. It's one of my favorite vegetables. Baked potatoes are S tier. Again, not something I have at Thanksgiving at all. Zoom in. Yeah. I can do that. Let me see here. Is that helpful? Is that better? Oh, let me move myself here. I'll move myself down here. Hey. Okay, there we go. These stupid fucking ads. Okay, so next up, baked potatoes. Yeah, I'm a huge baked potato fan. I've never had a baked potato on Thanksgiving, but if there were, I would probably have one. Banana pudding is S tier for me if it's made right and I make it right. Again, not something I have on Thanksgiving. To me, this feels like there are two, it's like the white American Thanksgiving and the black American Thanksgiving together here. So some of the stuff I would not usually have at my Thanksgiving, but I'm just going to rank it based on what I love. I love a baked potato. Biscuits. I don't care about biscuits ever. So I'm going to say don't like it all. Like, it's not something that I would ever, well, I'm not disgusted by them. So I'll just say, I don't care about biscuits any time of the week or any day of the week, unless it's like biscuits and gravy. But otherwise, take it or leave it. I love a Brussels sprout. I will say always great on the plate. Candied yams, I have never tried. To me, it feels too sweet. I'm like a salty girl. Wait, why is someone yelling at me? Why did Katie Mack yell my name? You're as bad as the crew, making me hungry. I love baked potatoes. We never have them on Thanksgiving, but I can't not put, like, baked potatoes are one of my favorite foods. I've never had candy yams. I don't think I would like them. Cheesy broccoli casserole, delicious. I would definitely put it on a plate for sure. Again, not something we have at my Thanksgiving. Cheesy squash casserole, also a banger. I like both of these. I think I actually like squash. No, I like both of them the same, I would say. I would definitely put both of those on my plate. Collard greens are S tier. I'm making those this year and I can't fucking wait. I got the smoked turkey wings in the fridge right now. Corn pudding, I don't think I've ever had. Regular corn is fine. I probably wouldn't. To me, that's a summer food, so I don't really care about that. Cornbread, don't care at all. Cranberry sauce, I would say the sauce is A, and for me, the jellied is S, and y'all can get fucked if you think that that's weird. Oh, collard greens with hot sauce. Hell yeah. Creamed corn. My sister's making that this year. I'm going to say okay. She's going to try to change my mind on that. I don't know if it'll be a priority for me. Creamed spinach. Meh, it's fine. I would never pick it. So I'm not putting it on the plate. Wait, what's the angry mob about? Cornbread goes with the collard greens. Yum. It's never a priority for me. But yeah, I guess like sopping up the collard greens would be good. But we do like King's Hawaiian rolls. Crescent rolls, don't care about those at all. I'm just a snob that way. People are going to be mad, but I don't like deviled eggs. I make really good ones, but I don't like them. I'm a dinner roll family. Definitely got to have it on the plate with some soft butter. Dressing is S tier. I put sausage and like ground sausage and pecans and apples in mine. It's so good. Gravy is S tier. Everything deserves gravy. Green bean casserole is disgusting. I make the green beans, so they're definitely banging. I'll say always on the plate. They're not S tier, but they're very good. You don't like stuffing? That's crazy. Well, what's the difference between stuffing and dressing? Isn't it like the same thing? Stuffing goes in the bird, dressing's on the side, right? I like both. They're both S tier. Spiral ham versus regular ham. Spiral ham is definitely S tier. Regular ham is fine. It's good. Always on the plate. Yeah, I'm always going to take the ham. Again, we don't do ham at my Thanksgivings. We do turkey. King's Hawaiian. Delicious. Mac and cheese is S tier. Mashed potatoes are S tier. Peach cobbler, I don't know if I've ever had that. Peas are whatever. Like, I'll have them on my plate. I like to do mashed potatoes, peas on top, gravy on top of that. Kate, slow down. Sorry. It's past midnight. One year you had steaks? Okay, Zach. I'm slowed down. This is a speed run, but also, like, yeah, I don't want to think about it too much. Mushy peas on cardboard. Pecan pie, I'm not a fan. For sure. Tamales. I wish they had tamales on here. Potato salad is great. It really does depend on who makes it, you know? And we don't really have it at my Thanksgivings. I don't know if I would make it a priority with everything else. Pumpkin pie with peace and love. That is the pie that I'm looking for on Thanksgiving. I love it. Roasted butternut squash is another favorite of mine. Roasted sweet potatoes. I don't really care about those. Roasted veggies. Scalloped potatoes are great. They're not my favorite for Thanksgiving, though. Burgers? Who's talking about burgers? Okay, sweet potato pie, I do like it. But to me, I like pumpkin pie better. I did make sweet potato pie one year. It was good. But I just love the classic pumpkin pie made with the can. Like the recipe on the can. I'm too black for this list. Dark turkey meat, light turkey meat, sweet potato casserole. Ugh, I do not like sweet potato casserole. Dark turkey meat is gotta be S tier. And then light turkey meat is A. I'll just throw gravy all over that bitch. Okay, so what are people mad about? Pie and fresh whipped cream, yum. Yeah, I don't like super, super sweet stuff. I love sweet potatoes, but I gotta cut it with something salty. Sweet potato casserole that's the one that has the marshmallows on top, right? We're mad about literally everything. I know, there's no chocolate cream pie on here. I don't eat the turkey neck. I save it and I bring it home and I make stock with it. Mad about the jelly cranberry sauce. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I'm from New England. Ocean spray, baby. Stuffing with gravy is all I never need. Oh, it's so good. It's my favorite. Neck bones and pork chops, the mac and cheese, the baked spaghetti. Mac and cheese is S tier. Hello. I've never had pork chops on Thanksgiving. I can't do the green bean casserole. To me, I can just taste everything separately. It never jives for me. Mac and cheese is for babies. What are you smoking? Cut this from the VOD. Save your career. You guys are so stupid. Stuffing is so good. I don't know. A peach cobbler. Where did I put it? Oh, peach cobbler. I said I haven't tried it. I don't have anything against it. I've never tried it. Ugh. Green bean casserole with the fried onions on top is a must. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. Stuffing rolls, yes. I want Ethan to do this tier list. I know it would be a bloodbath. Yeah, for sure. Liking stuffing tells a person's age? What the hell does that mean? Stuffing is so good. Cheesecake is great. We usually have a pumpkin cheesecake. That's not on here. That's definitely S tier for me too. Empanadas. Stuffing is great depression food. What are you talking about? That is just defamatory. Cheesy potatoes topped with cornflakes? See, again, this is another thing, just like bathroom things that we can fight about all day. Nobody's wrong, right? It's all just opinions. It's the oldies that love stuffing. Where? Kate, would you ever try chitlins? It's my favorite holiday food. Yeah, sure. I call my niece and nephew my chitlins. Stuffing is not just soggy bread. Are you just eating stovetop? The 7-layer salad. Oh, Deej. Saying only old people like stuffing is a crazy thing to say. That means you're like, what, 12 years old? We have hash brown casserole and meat pies for Christmas Eve in these parts. What do you do with a meat pie? Yeah, a lot of people have never had homemade stuffing. Listen, I am hoping that I will be able to do like a little cooking stream on Wednesday. I'm going to bring my tripod and maybe I'll be able to show you how to make good stuffing. Because it is so good. Mashed potatoes and mint, barf. Yum. Oh, God. So there's that. Yum. I can't wait. I can't wait for Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, the mashed potatoes and mint was a Sam thing. Wasn't it like blue cheese and mint in the mashed potatoes? No, I've had the homemade stuffing. My stepmom, who is a wonderful cook, just not my thing. Texture is everything. All right, my loves. It's time for bed. Like I said, no shows guaranteed until this weekend. So I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're American. And I hope it's not too crazy. I know holidays are tricky for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. So hopefully, whatever the day is for you, I hope there is good food and happiness and you are somewhere where you are loved. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll sneak in a cheeky gaming stream at some point. But I'll talk to you guys later. Happy holidays. Bye.